So the big question is this: how are entrepreneurs like us, who didn't cheat and take on venture capital, who are spending money from our own pockets, how do we operate our business in a way that lets us get our products and services and the things that we believe in out to the world and yet still remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you answers. My name is John Cantrell, and welcome to Operating Secrets. Hey, this is John Cantrell here with Urban Equity Group. Today, I'm going to do a quick video on importing an email list into Sharpspring. They have resources on their website that allows you to go in and look at and find out how to do this for yourself. But if you found yourself watching my video, obviously it wasn't good enough. So what you see on my screen here is I have a client's account open, and I am getting ready to import one of their lists into this system. First thing we're going to do is, because this list doesn't already exist in here, I am going to go up here to the top right corner and go to New List Import. I have a CSV file that I'm going to import, so that's going to be the one we use. So I have the list. I'm going to open it up here. After you choose your file, you go to Upload. It's going to bring you to this screen here where you get to define your list settings. So this is going to be a new list for them. So this is their Ammo Land giveaway. And here you could choose whether or not you want to update existing field data based on your import. If you have multiple columns within your CSV file for import, such as phone numbers, email addresses, addresses, notes, whatever you're going to import, this is where you choose to update it with new information you're importing, or don't update, or you update new and existing field information. So what each one of these means is, the first one, do not update field information. It's not going to update anything. It's purely going to upload this, and if it already exists, it's not going to update it. And this triggers on the email address. So just keep that in mind. If you're uploading a new list, you're putting email addresses in there. If you have any new information attached to one email address, then all the fields related to that specific record are going to be modified by your selection here. The first one does not modify anything in that particular record. The second option is update only new field information. So if you already have somebody's name, phone number, email address, but you don't have their address, and this list does, the new one that you're importing, it will append that record with the new information. If you have existing data attached to a specific record and there is no new information in your file, it's not going to do anything. Then the last selection is update new and existing field information. So if you're uploading a list and you have specific records that exist in your new import along with in your contacts database, it's going to update the specific records attached to each email address with new information that exists in this Excel spreadsheet, plus overwrite existing data that is already there. Whether or not it is already existing and matching, it is going to update it with new content. So if you have somebody's address in there and you already have this address existing as 123 Cherry Hill Lane, and your Excel or your CSV import includes the field with the address 123 Cherry Hill Lane, it's going to write that new value even though it already existed. So for this one, we're going to update new field information. That's my preference to do it that way. Next, you have import new lead in list as. So if you're importing somebody new, you get to choose whether you consider them to be an open lead, unqualified, qualified, just a contact, or an existing customer. For this particular email list, these are all unqualified leads. They're part of a giveaway. They may already exist or not. And in either case, whether they already exist in the contacts database or not, they're going to be updated to unqualified leads, because now I'm going to check the box for overwrite existing lead status. That's going to tell the system that regardless of what the existing contact record's lead status is, I want it set to unqualified because I'm bringing them in after participating in a new giveaway. If you have campaigns set up, this is where you could assign your leads to specific campaigns. If you have certain campaigns that you want to assign leads to as you import them, that's where you would assign them to a campaign. This system allows triggers attached to campaigns to run automations on new contacts being added to a campaign. So for example, for this particular use case, if there was a campaign created for a new giveaway user, so somebody that participated in this particular giveaway, there's a campaign that could have been structured, but there wasn't for this one, but this is an idea. So you create a campaign for this giveaway, and then you structure a series of emails, a single email or a series of emails, to go out to the contacts that participated in this giveaway for your company. Once you've set up that campaign, now you can set up a trigger that any new contact assigned to the campaign for this giveaway would start to receive this email or the series of emails based on the criteria you set up in the automation. So it would look at the campaign, new contacts is added, that is triggered, and then the trigger starts running the automations. So then it will send out the first email, and only email if that's what you have. And then if you have a series of emails set up, after it has sent out that first one, it will then turn around and wait for your delays that you have programmed in there, and then loop back through to the next email that they're supposed to get. So if you want to program the first email to go out today on this list import, that's fine. You can then set up another automation to run 7, 10, 30 days later or a year later, whatever you want, to then hit that same person again with a second email and just continue the process to keep on going with any number of emails that you want to send them. This particular client of mine does not have a campaign structured for this giveaway because we're going to program an email that we already have created to reconfirm them. We'll get into that in another video. But for this one, there's no campaign that we're going to be assigning these leads to. Another thing you can do with this next option, assign leads to a particular user, allows for the delegation of contacts. So if you have a sales staff and this giveaway is all them, they're going to handle everybody in this giveaway, then you would assign that particular user all of these leads and let them work through them, whatever your internal workflow is, to either sell them or just keep in contact with them. Again, this client of mine does not have a particular user that they want to assign this list to, so we're not going to check that box either. As I mentioned before, this import only includes email addresses. So down here on the bottom where it says mappings, we're now going to map the email address field to the email address field within the email platform. So here it is, email. And as you noticed, or you may or may not have noticed there is a number of things that you can assign to. So a number of fields you could map to. So if your import includes first name, last name, phone number, email address, shipping address, or billing address, or whatever have you, there are fields for all this. We've got first name, last name, email, did they opt in, company name, title, industry, website, phone number. You get the idea. I'm just going to scroll through as I talk because this is a long list of things that you can have. You also have the ability to, if you're importing a field that doesn't already exist within the system, it will let you type out what you want. So I could say this is a bogus field, and that's going to get recorded. Now that's not necessarily bogus, but then if you're going to type it out, you'd want to check this field, make custom field. And that allows you to capture all the data you're importing, regardless or not regardless whether or not it actually pertains to any email campaign you have. This particular system, Sharpspring, functions as not only an email platform, but it is a CRM tool. So you can track analytics from your website to see what specific users are taking action, which forms they filled out, all that good stuff. But we'll get into that in other videos. For this one, this is an email field. This is what we're going to do. After you've selected this very simple list of selections, you're going to click the import button. It's just going to show you a preview. This is your CSV header. The first cell at the top of every column is your headers. That's what names them. So we're mapping email address in our CSV import to the map field within Sharpspring called email, which in their system the key is email address. And then this is the sample data from the CSV file for that first contact. If you had numerous fields in there, it would show you a preview off the first, I think it's 6 or 7 fields. So first name, last name, email address, phone number, so on and so forth. You would see one of each of those for the first contact, just to make sure that your mappings are correct. Because if you get into this point, this is your last option to stop and notice that you mapped a field wrong. But again, this file only has one field, email address, so we're going to go ahead and type out confirm. You just got to type it in there, hit import. So that import's going to start, and this screen will update once in a while. We'll go ahead and let it finish, and I will jump ahead to the completion. Okay, so we've jumped ahead a little bit here. I refreshed the page after a few minutes, and you can see that it's already starting to show some information that's been added in. It's only 5% complete when I refreshed it though. Once we finish importing the list, I'll go ahead and explain what the exclusion tabs are here. The upload has finally finished. It took a total of about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Didn't take that long, and looks like the list was over 3,000 contacts. So now we have a list of members which includes 2,963 of the list. Let's see if we can find an existing contact in here, just so you can see what happens. Alright, so here you can see what happens. So we already had some existing contacts in our database that are now part of this giveaway list. And this is where you can see those at. I might have to blur these out in the video, but so now that that's done, you're probably asking, okay, we've got 2,963 contacts that are part of this AMALAN giveaway. What's the Exclusions tab? The Exclusions tab includes everybody in the list that already explicitly stated they do not want to receive emails from your company. So even if they participated in this giveaway, these people aren't going to get any emails you send them, because as you see here, these couple have already unsubscribed. That's how that works. Hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and subscribe. There's more coming, and I look forward to delivering the next video to you.
Want more operating secrets? If so, then go to our website, Operating Secrets, at operatingsecrets.com, and fill out the form to find out how we can help you operate your company in such a way that allows you to get your products and services, or the things you believe in, out to the world.